Hello everyone. Welcome back to another stream. How are you guys doing today? I'm so glad to be back here together with you. And today we are building from Sangra'Qur, as I was about to say usual, but we have had a little break. But for the last 2 weeks, this has been the main priority for me. So welcome back. Hope you guys are excited for some more building on this place here. Hopefully we can get a lot done today and prepare for another video coming. That would be ideal. We have Mart the Fart in chat here. Welcome. You finally caught it early. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Glad to have you here. Hope everyone's having a great day. I've had a bit of a stressful day, I guess. I just got home, really. Made some quick dinner and yeah, just booted up the computer, ready to do some streaming. Hey Xpera, you also here from the start. That's awesome. I'm doing pretty good. I believe I might have fractured my rib, which is pretty painful in, especially in some movements and stuff. Apart from that, I'm doing good. I'm a little bit tired. Had a long day at work today, and yeah, and I had it was leg day today on my workout schedule, which is the heaviest day really, and probably not ideal with the rib pain I have right now to do leg day. So I might have myself to thank for the pain currently. But I'm always excited to be back building again, and it's nothing I'd rather do than play some Minecraft right now, so that is awesome. In the previous stream, we worked on the gardens outside here, and they turned out awesome, I think. Very, very happy with the way these turned out. I've also chatting is really not a problem. So a chattier stream is always better. As long as I can sit still, it's not painful. Yeah. So I've done some of the plumbing for the water gardens here. We have this well system that brings water up. Hey Easy, greetings from Germany, greetings from Norway. Last week we were go-karting with my job just for fun. I miscalculated my speed in a turn and I went straight in the, what do you call it? Like it's supposed to protect you a little bit, but I went straight into the fence or whatever, pretty hard, and I did that twice, and not in the same turn though. It was 2 turns after a long straight stretch, so the speed was pretty high, and then I just miscalculated, and my rib has been hurting ever since. Guardrail, yeah. So it's almost a week now. I should probably have it checked out. But it comes and goes a little bit. But right now, after a leg day, after some squats and stuff, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. Nope, I didn't get checked, Xpera, but I should. It just felt like I was took my breath away, and you know, I'm used to being hurt. I'm an old skater and snowboarder, and usually it's just painful for a couple of days and it wears off. But yeah, this has been going on for a little longer than I would like. So I'll see if I can get a cracked rib. But from what I've heard, like, there's nothing you can do. You can only wait for it to get better. So yeah. I don't know if it's worth spending time on getting it checked, but Anyway, I've been doing a lot of work in this place here. I've added one of these for the city guard or the city watch that protect the city. They have the little backyard area here, and then we have a little inn here. That is true, Razor Dawn. Yeah, I forgot this place. A little inn here. Yeah, I should probably get it checked out. A couple more houses over here like that. Turning it into a full break, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, let's leave the herding rib for now at the beginning of the stream, and then move over to the fun part, which is building. Today we are going to start by building this brewery slash distillery, which will use the remainder of the sugar production. Yeah, kind of like rum, I guess, how you make rum. You use the spare parts or everything left after sugar production, and we will make some nice brews out of that. So that is the plan for this building here, so probably start with that. Yeah, and then we might continue a little bit here. I want to do a little park here. Just to open it up here, mostly because I don't want to have too much stuff obscuring the view of the castle from here. So I'm thinking like a little park or an open area by the water here, and then I will bring this water feature here out and connect it to the Shotos, is that what it's called? Like the harbor of Carthage. As you can see, I've been doing some planning on that as well. It's going to look really cool. It kind of looks like the Millennium Falcon. Kind of. From above. Yeah, so I'm probably going to leave most of the area here, especially on the right side, flat. Like a little park, maybe some palm trees, but yeah. Also in the previous stream, we settled on these, that disputes would be settled on with fencing, not to death or anything, but it's a courtesy that if you have a disagreement, you will meet up and do a little fencing battle, as long as there's no other way of solving it. And so there's going to be a couple of these fencing fields or pitches here as well. So that's kind of a little thing we will do. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Like a monument, yeah. Yeah, something like that. A statue would be nice, or just like an open area, not too many houses. Yeah. But let's get started with the building today. I have tried to do some work here, but I just couldn't get it done. I want to do this like a little bit mechanical. With like some, or not, yeah, with some pipes and stuff, but I just can't get it to work. So I just left it last night. But let's see what we can do here. Like what we need several things. We need a fermenter, a place where they make the initial brew, or the water wash, or whatever you want to call it. The sugar wash, I guess it's called. So we need a place. We need to have some kind of brewery thing. So a big tank for fermentation, and then I also want to have a place for distilling it as well. And then we need a place for aging it. So I'm thinking that this little extension here will be for aging. Mainly for aging the brew, or the rum, or we could probably come up with our own name. Maybe like a spiced rum or something. Oh, I love myself some spiced rum. So yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a tank here. And then we need a place for distilling it as well. So I'm thinking that this little extension here will be for aging. Mainly for aging the brew, or the rum, or we could probably come up with our own name. Maybe like a spiced rum or something. Oh, I love myself some spiced rum. And then in here, what is the most all-around advanced technology-wise society in Russia? Yeah, we do have some plumbing. That is like the most we have. So some pipes, copper pipes, and I believe there is rumors that they used copper piping in the Roman Empire. So it's not like too far-fetched, and it's not like they have. Like we have some pumps and stuff up in here as well. So some pumps, and we have fountains, so they would know how to do pumping a little bit. So, but simple plumbing and pipes and stuff would probably be the highest, or technology-wise. Are you on the server? Oh wow, I didn't see you join. Yeah, lead, I guess, yeah. Where are you? You are here. What is your idea, Dark Cat? Yeah, that is one of my plans for Kata. People are already planning ahead of future projects. And my idea is to build the capital of Argos here. And I want it to be like a high noble district built on these cliffs here. And then I'm thinking a bridge would look awesome over here. And then in the middle here, I want to have like a lower district where we have the port and things, and it's protected by the outer, more protected area. And I want it to look super cool. Yeah. But a bridge is a great idea. Wouldn't lead pipes be dangerous? Yeah, so I guess some pipes and stuff wouldn't be too far-fetched then. So my initial plan, but I scrapped it, but I'm going back to it. And they were okay. Probably not ideal then. My idea was to have, for those of you who know the brewing process, you usually do some sort of meshing where you boil you first of all you mesh the wort, which is called, for an hour or something, and then you boil it, and then you move it over to the fermenter. So my idea was to have, and that is for beer, for brewing with sugarcane remains. It might not be necessary to mesh it, but some boiling would be nice, just to disinfect it, and also you can get some caramelization of the sugars, which creates a really nice taste. So my initial idea was to have like that measure in here, in this extension here, and then have all the fumes and what's it called? The steam, yeah, go through this hole here, which we have this little extension in the back here, just seeps out here. Let's see what Xpera says here. In real history, most of the ancient world's knowledge was maintained by Arab countries, while Western Europe lost a lot of it. But even if alchemy equipment, more advanced medicine, and Roman architecture baths were still present in the East, modern mechanic technology like measuring tools, clocks, glasses, compasses were in European vanguard, and in the Middle East couldn't really pick up the pace. Well, I didn't know that it's called plumbing because the Latin name for lead. That's super cool. So yeah, let's try again. Let's give it another shot to build the mesh part here. So I'm thinking like a little... Will it be too big now? If we... So here we have like something where like a clay pot you could boil stuff in. And then we need to have like, we need to go underground to heat it up. So we need to make sure we can get down here. Whoops. Yeah, Razordon, that's a good idea. That's one of the things I've kind of I noticed when I watch like or yeah, Lord of the Rings and stuff. It's like the potatoes, like that is one of the, even though it seems super accurate when you read it, it's yeah, far off. And if you ever write a novel, Razordon, I'd love to read it. And it's not Earth. Yeah, that's true. That is actually true. Despite popular belief, Middle Earth is not Earth. That's true, Xpera, and I think it's there's like two ways to go about it. You can write a fantasy novel and try to do it realistic, and by realistic it was like historically accurate. But if you're writing fantasy, like as long as it feels realistic, and that by that I mean like the world feels lived in, and for the people in the novel it feels real. I don't think it really matters that stuff wouldn't have been together at the same time in our history. Yeah, that's cool, like that. And then let's put the fermentation tank here. And then we can just simply move it from there. And from the fermentation tank, it goes straightly into the distillery. So it will be like mesh, fermenter, distillery. I think that would work. That is the thing, Xpera, to just justify every decision you make. But like, if I were myself to do write a novel or something, I would probably fall into that where I wanted to be historically accurate, because for me, I like that. I like Game of Thrones. People hate it and people love it, but Game of Thrones was like, it felt historically accurate in a way. Probably isn't. I haven't checked everything, but it's something about stuff that feels realistic. And some books I've read and stuff, it's just small things that makes it or breaks the illusion for me. But I don't know. If you can justify weird things, maybe that's better. Yeah, Kingdom Come, people take that as fact, as that's how it was back then. But that That's probably true. I haven't checked it up. I'm no expert on this. I find nice pictures on Google and Instagram, and I try to build them. That is basically my relation to accuracy currently. That's true. I believe George has, really tried to get a foundation in real history with a lot of the stuff, like actual battles, especially in Britain and stuff. This looks horrible. Should I turn these around? But like, one of the things that I really like about George's writing is that the dragons are like historic or biologically accurate to how dragons would likely have been, with their wyverns instead of actually dragons. And it's just like a little thing, and it doesn't matter really. It has no effect on the story, but little thing. Yeah, I think that's accurate. But that's so good. What's so nice about fantasy? It's as long as you like what you write or what you build and whatever, it doesn't matter at all. Let's like, if I were to design the ultimate brewer here, I would, for those who don't know, I brew beer myself, and if I were to design this, I would have the piping from this into this at the bottom, so you fill it from the bottom, right? Because that way you will have the least amount of oxygen contact. So that would make sense. Slenderman, welcome to the stream. We are working on Sangra'Qur today. This beautiful city, I'm not sure if you've seen it. And we are working on one of the breweries and distilleries. So they're like making some sort of rum or sugar waste drink. I've never Dark Souls. I've never played Dark Souls. So if you're talking about me being a Dark Souls fan, thank you, Slenderman. I'm sorry to disappoint you. But if probably Razor Dawn has played, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's one of the things to usually keep in mind whenever reading history and things, is that the nuances, that stuff was likely not exactly as you were being taught. There we go. Does that work? And that's one of the things I'm trying to do with this world, is that, especially when it comes to the lore and things, nothing is just what it is. Everything has nuances, everything can be misinterpreted or just interpreted differently. So I'm trying to always... personally, that's one of the things that fascinates me the most whenever I'm reading books and just like fantasy stuff, is the stuff that is what's the word I'm looking for? Is not settled, like, or the nuances in the story that people have different opinions. So I'm trying to always do that when I'm building, not to have this is facts. I can say this is what the people living here believes, but maybe the people living on the opposite side of the river has a completely different story. Doesn't matter, you know the difference between dragon and wyvern. Well, isn't a wyvern technically a dragon? No. Yeah, I think a wyvern is a dragon, but in general it's about the amount of legs they have. Or, for a wyvern, the front appendages or the front arms are the wings, but for a dragon, they have like... they're like a horse with additional wings on the side. Wyverns are dragons when they are. Makes sense. Yeah, I believe that's how it goes. Like, every wyvern is a dragon, but not every dragon is a wyvern. I don't know. And it doesn't matter. They're not real, as far as I know. Not sure if I would be happy or terrified if they were real, though. Oh, so you think Dungeons and Dragons set the standard for the difference between them? That could be. Oops, something like that. And we should probably have like a way of getting to and from. So what if we do... no. Is that weird? Yeah, I've heard that theory, and people even play on that theory about the theory about dragons is that since every civilization you basically have depictions of them, they are likely to be real, and as Januk said, they would not have fossilized, and that's why we have no fossils on them. Pretty crazy theory, but yeah. You can walk up here and toss stuff into this. You wouldn't have your kids running around playing here, that's for sure, because that could be fatal. But apart from that, it's pretty convenient. Dinosaur, yeah. I think that's more plausible. Let's see, isn't there an ore-like thing? Rail. Here we have ores. Oh, they're double. Ah, perfect. How does this work? Ooh. Oh, wow. That's a potential nice block. But here you can use that to stir. Alright, the fermentation tank is set up. Perfect. And then from here we will go into the distillery. Yep. And we should probably put some kind of manual pump here. I'm thinking maybe we just do that, and then we said whoops, a wheel like that, and they turn that and it pumps. Alright, let's now try to create a nice distilling tank. Distillation tank, I guess it's called. So, is everyone working on anything at the moment? Any Minecraft related projects or other games? I know that Planet Coaster or whatever has come out with a sequel, Planet Coaster 2, which I think looks pretty awesome. But I haven't played it, and I have no plans on playing it. I simply don't have the time. Yeah, you should, man. It's awesome to always have like a little bit of a project to do whenever you have some spare time. Star Citizen, I've never played that. Maybe during Christmas time I will have some time on my hand and I can play some Planet Coaster 2. That would be cool. Oh, by the way, guys, I have some awesome news for you. This will be a little bit of stream specific news for now, but there will soon be a baby Vigo. Listen to that. That's pretty crazy, right? There's gonna be a baby Vigo coming next year. So very excited for that. It's gonna probably lead to less Minecraft, but I'm fine with that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It's yeah, we're very happy with that. So hopefully it seems like it's going to be a girl, and if she or he or whatever gets me and my wife's genetics, especially when it comes to tempo of life, I will be able to play a lot of Minecraft coming. I was one of the laziest babies out there, and my wife was almost as lazy as me. Yeah, there's a lot of space for all of us on Nussy Hole, yeah. So if the coming baby is as calm and easy to have to, or what do you call it, as easy to handle as me and my wife was, we should be pretty good. That's very exciting. It's going to be a big change for us. I haven't built any fencing areas, but I have set up 3 places here. It's going to be 3 of them here, and there's going to be a park surrounding it. So my main inspiration for this was, you know, well, if people have been traveling, especially to Europe, in Europe you have these parks, especially like in France and Italy and stuff, where it's just like a lush, gravel path park thing, and then you have this what's it called? What's the game where you toss balls, boccia or whatever it's called? We have to churn out plenty of lore. We're gonna. I'm actually imagining myself just coming up with stories for the baby and that turning into lore for building and stuff. But yeah, what's it called? The game. It's a French ball game. French ball game. Pétanque. Pétanque game. So basically like a park. You come in here, you can relax, just chill. We might have a monument and also a couple of fencing pits. It has to be kid friendly. Well, if the kid is under a year old, I don't think it matters if it's kid friendly or not. That's a good idea. By the way, guys, have you seen Duke on Red's new project? The what's the name of it? Valtolaire, something like that. Just the mechanics he built there. The Dwarven Citadel, yeah. The mechanics of his underground stonemasonry, man, I was blown away. That was so amazing. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend you checking that out. But Xpera asked me what we call pétanque in Norway. I think it's called boccia in Norway, boccia or something. It might not be the same game, but I've grown up with playing boccia on the lawn and stuff. Tal Valoran, yeah. Tall Valorant, no. Or maybe, I don't know. I can't remember. You guys might be right. Oh, that's the Italian name. Ah, I get. Maybe it is the same then, and they have a French and Italian name for it. But that's kind of what I'm imagining, like just a park, and instead of pétanque or boccia fields, you have fencing fields. And hopefully we can expand the building team with one more in coming years, if my kid likes Minecraft, and I don't think she has any choice there. Will probably her entertainment will be Minecraft videos. Yeah, definitely. I used to build, if it's something completed, so like a room or a thinks that looks pretty complete, you can send it in the build showcase chat, Yannick. Or if it's like work in progress, just like want to show some progress pics, you can send it in the build discussion and ask for feedback and stuff if you want to as well. It's always fun to see you guys' projects. Yeah, imagine that would be a shame if my kid ever does that. Oh, we're low battery on the headset. Let's change it up and switch batteries. You guys will hear me, but I won't be able to hear myself and the music for a little bit. There we go, I am back. All right. Yeah, but feel free to share your current progress, Yannick. Always great to see, and maybe people can come with ideas as well. For me, like these streams is what build discussion which can be for you guys. Like just some small ideas here and there that I wouldn't have come up with myself, and it's just a nice way of making stuff a little bit better than it probably would have been if not. Yeah, burnout when building projects is definitely a thing. I've been lately thinking of creating a video. It would be a pretty difficult video to make, but how to do big projects, because I feel like I have more experience than most people on that. I have mainly been doing big projects lately, or yeah, I've been doing a lot of very big projects. So I think a video like that would be helpful, because a lot of people seems to burn out much quicker than they should. Because like, yeah, I burn out myself, and that is why I always do side projects. But it's the biggest difficulty by building large and big stuff, impressive stuff, is the burnout. So I think that would be a helpful video for most people. The mod version, Mart the Fart asks, how I can see it here. Let me believe mod is, where do I see that? There it is. 1.5.1. It's a little dark in here. Can we... that's not centralized? Or how is that? Is this building not... Oh yeah, this building might not be an odd number. Well. Still works. Just to get some natural light in here. And then... some carts. Alright, and then here we will have where the aging happens. It's barrel aged over here. Can I put a barrel? That kind of works, right? I guess. And maybe even a little, like a place for them to have notes on the different barrels. A little thing I like to do is switch up the direction of some of the barrels. Just has a little bit of variation. Yeah, and then somewhere else they would probably put the rum. We should have a different name for it. I don't like using rum. I think that's too real. Let's call it something else. And someplace else they can put it into bottles and stuff. So this place here just ships out barrels of the brew. And maybe this one here. My initial plan was for the neighbor here to be a cooper making barrels and stuff. But maybe this can be glass blower or like bottler. It doesn't matter really. Just do a coopery here. And bottler. Not sure if that's a word, but I guess you could do that. I'm not a big fan of doing too much like block entities and stuff. It's a cool thing you can do, but I don't know. Never really appealed to me. Hey Manso, how are you? Welcome back. Yeah, it's easy to overdo or underdo, and the thing is, like, one of the reasons why, like, I know I could layer this, like, have everything layered very detailedly, and I'm just trying to find a balance of because if I decide to do a lot of layers on one building or one section, I have to continue it unless it's going to look weird. So finding the balance between adding as much detail as you can while still doing some proper progress. We are working on Sangra'Qur today, Manso. We are currently working on the brewery over here, right next to the sugar plantation here, and then we will see where the inspiration takes us from there. We need a little fence thing here as well. There's a little fence here. Yeah. And I'm imagining that this little building will be where the brewer lives with his family, so a little area there. We should put something here. I was thinking a statue could fit, but we could also do something else. A small sitting area or little plaza or whatever. An outpost, a watching outpost, something. You guys have any ideas? Yeah, you have to, because if there's a place you don't go with the amount of detail you have, people will be asking why didn't you do the same here? Yeah, it feels like lazy. People will think you're lazy if you one place has a lot of detail and another place has lacking, or more than usual but less than the other place. Yeah, it's kind of the same with Conquest Reforged. Like, I feel like whenever there's a new update, I feel like I have to rebuild everything I have because the amount of detail you can now add is so much greater than the previous version. Especially between like 1.12 and 1.15, which is when I like stepped away from Amirea and Krasberg and stuff. It's just too much of a difference. Yeah, like Vizima was probably the same. It was no way or no. It was easier to just start over, really. And I saw the. Who was that? It was a Minecraft streamer who did one of the Clash of Titans. I haven't seen the anime, but they built the city in great detail. That was pretty wild. Attack on Titan, yeah. Clash of Titans is probably something else. Isn't that a mobile game or something? I don't know. That was my first introduction to Axiom. I think it was Axiom he used. That was pretty wild stuff. Do you know him like as know him personally, or know him as you have heard of the streamer? Let's see if we can do. Oh, you watched him, yeah. Yeah, that works. And it's going to be super simple as the other houses around here. There's not really any mansions in this area here. So it's going to be very simple. But that will work. Let's make a little kitchen over here. I'm going to try to make it look like a slight diagonal, if that's possible. Yeah, something like this, like a vaulted ceiling. All right, and then that works. Yeah, let's leave it like that. It's hard to do. I feel like the hardest angles to do is either the two. We should have universal language for diagonals in Minecraft, but this one where we have two one way and one the other, or the three like this diagonal. Those are the hardest to do interiors on, because you can't do the normal ones because it just looks a little weird, and a complete diagonal like 45 degree, it's you can kind of, yeah, fake it to look nice. Yeah, imagine if Minecraft adopted all the blocks. Well, like realistically, Minecraft is 45-degree diagonals should be avoided. Why? Diagonals are fun. Yeah, and this is usually how I do sleeping in this town. A lot of the people just sleep on hay mats. But yeah, Minecraft has really been adding a lot of new features. Like a lot of new blocks, and a lot of the blocks that Conquest have had, they have added. So maybe one day. I think you need a nice variation of diagonals, Racer Dawn. All angles matter, you know. Not just the straight and almost straight ones. Um, 45 degree doesn't matter. What about 46 degrees? It's not the angle, but how we use it, I guess. I think with world edit, it's pretty weird, but you can, like, I think there's no like limits on, you can rotate 46. Oh yeah, I need to, whoops, copy, and then there's no, oh no, it has to be, alright. I thought it was possible to do like 46-degree rotations. I think there has been, maybe it's another plugin I've had. I think, yeah, I think especially for, is it called gabled houses, like houses with this type of roof, 45 degrees are very tricky to get right. And you'll never really, it's almost impossible to get it right. But that's also another video I've been thinking about trying to do. Let's see, do we have any 45 degrees? Like, I usually avoid 45 degrees myself, so don't get me wrong. Osterham, even though I feel like Osterham, it doesn't seem like a very gritty city. There are angled houses, but most of them are 45 degree or straight. Here we have a 45-degree house. I think it works. Do we have... We have a couple here. all of these are 45 degree. And I think they look fine. Of course, they don't look as fine as a straight house. But for being angled, in a row they work. Well, so as long as they're together, you're fine with 45 degrees. Man. But I try to avoid them as much as possible myself. But I think when it comes to diagonals in general, it's all about shape, getting the shape right, and also it has to be viewed from a little bit of afar. Like, I think this area here is one of my favorites with these houses here. But they look really odd when you get close and you see the details. It looks a little wonky, but watching from here, I think it works. I don't know. But diagonals are tricky. So I think if you're smart enough, you'll be able to make what I'm trying to do. How can I say this with words? Is to make every diagonal count as several. See you, man. So thanks for stopping by. So if you can build as few diagonals as possible and still make it look like there's a lot of diagonals. So let's say 70% of all the houses are straight and then 30% are different angles. But you can make the layout work and the road and things, make it look like it's all random orientations on all the houses. I think that's the way to go. And I think that's how it works in Osterham. When you are flying around here, whoa, hello lag. Oh man, it feels very organic. Why is it lagging so much? Or the parallelogram house. That's the thing as well. But like, I feel like, especially for this, it feels like a town where it's all very organic and there's no straight angles and stuff. But I think if you counted, 70% of all the houses were straight angles, and then the rest would be diagonals. But it's just like a little bit about the layout, like a little bit of this massive main road is on diagonal, and that breaks up the entire flow of the city. I don't know, it's hard to put into words, but I'm trying to make the diagonals count as much as possible so I can have as few as possible. I'd kill whoever for a button that would replace Minecraft's grid, the one said. That would... There are mods for that. I know people do that, so it's possible. But it would be... I don't know. I think it would ruin it a little bit. A city with only angled buildings. That's pretty awesome. I don't think I've ever done that. I try. You can see like Rovitz. Most houses are on an angle, and then there's a couple of diagonals. I don't know why. Or if it has anything to, or if it does anything, but as well here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 angled houses. The rest are, yeah, never mind. Let's get back to building. Build diagonal, yeah. Nah, I think I'm good. Maybe do a little shade cloth here for the workers to get a little break. Planning around roads and general block shapes. Yeah, that works as well. And you can like make illusions and not have to do too much diagonal work. I have written down some points on that, and I would love to make a video once for just some tips in general on how to work with diagonals. But one tip is to have diagonals on things that are easy to build, such as fences in the walls, like, or not houses, but things, other things that separate. And another one is to make it count. Yep, that's cool. Maybe they even have a little carpet here. Whoa. Let me try to re-log here. It's something when I'm streaming and I'm moving around a lot in the world, it starts lagging. It doesn't do that when I'm not streaming, but maybe they are competing for the resources. Yeah, I think it's just resource management is not computing. A lot of people on the server right now. That's cool. It's cool to see. I would love to be able to get some building for you guys on the server as well, like some plots or I don't know, something where you guys could help and build. But I'm no expert on server management, and yeah, I'm not sure how I would go about it, because we would have to. I couldn't let everyone just build on a world. That would just be mayhem. So there need to be some permissions and stuff set up. I don't know. Would you guys build in a world on this server if I set up, let's say, some kind of application system where you have to apply to build, and then you could build on the, maybe this world, or a copy of Ushea or something? I know there are a lot of different servers already, like Darwin Reforged, but I believe they are still on 1.12, so they're pretty outdated. I don't know. I'm not promising anything, guys, but I could look into it. Yeah, I don't know why Darwin hasn't updated to the newer versions. It seems weird to, even after all these years, still be on 1.12. Because I think it would be fun to have like community projects where you guys could build together, possibly with me as well, and build a city. And I know that Druss, another YouTuber, has a world called Tirna Druss, I think, which is where Dukon builds, and a lot of other people are building, and it could be fun. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Something like that will work. Have you tried to download Salty Bread? I have made a download for the instance you need. I know people have problems with it, but I have uploaded another like zipped mod registry or whatever, so you can do it manually. There are 2 downloads in my server info. There is one for a zipped mod pack instance, or whatever you want to call it, that it doesn't work for everyone for some reason. I don't know why. And then there is another one where you can just download the mods themselves in a zipped file, and you manually install it on your server or your whatever, if you're using CurseForge or whatever you would prefer. Camlet is not built on Ushea, but Camlet is one of the projects I'd love to recreate in this world. But yeah, maybe we can, I don't know, create something. It's a little bit lonely building all by myself. So if we could create another world or something. But if I were to do a world of Ushea, it would have to be some sort of application thing where you apply as a builder, and if I or someone else find you good enough, oh hello fire, whoops, you would be able to build. Why doesn't this work, man? Gilia is most full at the moment, but eventually everything will be filled up, hopefully. But it's gonna be a while. It's there's a lot of space left. And that's one of my main ideas when creating this world, was to create it so small that I myself could fill it. The previous world I built on was just so big that not even in 100 years one person could fill it up. And yeah, it's I think this world size here is much more manageable. Another idea I have been toying with in my head would to do more kind of collabs or open up for other people to do projects in this world. Like me and Darth Knight, not Darth, no, Darth, Kinder Knight. We did this project here together, and it would be fun to open up for other YouTubers to come on and build their own little project, as of course following the lore and following the style, but with their own freedoms and ideas. Yeah, I think my idea is for Yushea to feel like a world in a video game. So everything, like when you walk, you can walk from place to place, and it's not going to be like an hour of nothing. There will always be stuff to look at. Yeah, and every stone is turned. So in Galia here, I want every piece of land to really be settled in a way. So yeah, like a video game, like there's always stuff to look at when you walk around, and it's scaled down drastically. Like Kingdom Come Deliverance, like the distance between the different cities or towns in that game is so much less than in real life, at least from what I've heard. And like you can walk between them in 10 minutes in the game, and in real life it'd probably take you a couple hours. So it's scaled down to like a video game scale. Let's have a cart out here that has barrels on it. You say the entire map is scaled down, but I believe the houses are not scaled down. Like the towns aren't scaled. Well, maybe the towns are scaled down a little bit, but like the buildings and things aren't scaled down, but it's just like the distance between them. Yeah, that sucks, Dice Knight. That's the stuff I'm trying to avoid. And for the previous world in the one we built on Darwin, Amirea, where we had Krasberg and Camlet and stuff, it was just so empty between the places. There was so far between good spots to build on, and just like massive plains and the mountain ranges, everything was... It's a great map, no offense to Lord Dacker who built it, but it's... Yeah, there was like 90% of the map weren't like suitable for building, or 40% weren't suitable and 40% was just like plains. Okay, so they scaled up the houses and scaled down everything else. That makes sense. Well, still, that's kind of what I'm going for here. Like, a fun experience if you're walking around here. Yeah, like there's a give and take. It adds vastness to everything as well. So definitely something good about that. But it's just like, if you were to walk it and you just had to walk and look at the same grass texture for 10 minutes, nothing happening. Yeah, it would look boring. Like in video games, if there's long walks, there's usually like different kind of landscapes. You have some rivers you're crossing. There's some mountains and turns. You turn around some big mountain things, and it looks quite awesome. But yeah, whoops. I haven't played Daggerfall. Is it good or bad? Oh wow. I should look up that map. That sounds ridiculous. Let's add a tree here. It's like an acacia tree. I have this one here, which I like a lot. Kind of like an acacia. And I think that might be the last thing we do for today's stream. As I said in the beginning, pretty tired and my rib is hurting. So I think it's good for me to get some nice relaxing after this. I have to go eventually to pick up my wife as well from her work. She's working late today. So just to get a little me time before that would be good. Should we do something like that, and maybe what will we have, another live next Monday or video? You'll likely have a video, no, a stream next Monday, because that's what I'm trying to do always. And it all depends on this week. I'm not able to foreshadow how busy I will be this week. Could potentially be a little bit busy. In that case, might not be able to finish what we're working on. Which means you'll have a stream before the next video. Like to bring it up. Oh, there. I need to take a note for myself. These trees I should build in a flat area so I can easier copy them for future builds. How? It's all about getting the shape right, and that can be a little tricky. Maybe that's one of the things we could have on the hypothetical server, would be a place where you guys could build trees for me. Yes, I'm not good at building trees. And it takes so long. Isn't there one that's not a corner? 45 degree. There we go. Yeah, I've seen Tiny Glade. That looks kind of fun. Yes. Have my own little building army of people just doing trees for me. Every builder's dream. Have people build all the assets you don't want to build yourself. That is the dream. Could hire someone to do all the layers for me. A castle. Yeah, how long does it take to build a castle? That would have been kind of wholesome, really, to have an entire thing donated. But yeah, how long does it take me to build a castle? Let's say it depends on the scale, of course. A small castle usually takes me probably 2 weeks to build. 2 weeks, how many hours? 15 hours a week, 30 hours maybe? Something like that. Man, Salty Bread, you're living life. Having people do your dirty work for you. And also, like, big castles, and especially unique castles like the pyramid here. People might say it's not a castle, but it is a castle. That took me a week, no, over a month. Almost like 2 months to build, I believe. I think I made 2 episodes about a month each. So that was probably close to 100 hours. How many hours have I been playing? I might not want to share this with you guys, but let's see. Time played 55.5 days. How many hours is that? And that's just on this server after we 1300 hours, and that's just after we put it on this, or actually it's probably after we updated, so that's not everything. Yeah, it's a good one, Dice Knight. Do you have that nickname because you're a D&D player? Because if so, that's pretty epic. Play on words there. Awesome. That's really cool. $65 days, wow, that's also a lot. Yeah. A little tip, guys, if you're ever building trees, that I've learned is to look up how bonsai artists work on trees, what they try to mimic, and how they try to make trees look good. Because the same technique kind of works for building trees in Minecraft. Because basically what they're trying to do is a little tip if you want to build trees: don't get yourself some helpers to build your trees for you. That's tip number one. And if you by any stupid reason have to do them yourself, look at bonsai artists. They are trying to mimic big trees with as small of a tree as possible. So what they are focusing on is what you need to think about, like how the pads layer. Like, look at how I'm trying to make pads. It just looks a lot better already. I'm very happy with that tree. Xpera, yes, I do know Jerrycraft. I don't believe I had a chance to talk to him. Well, no. I don't think I've ever chatted with him. But I know his work. I used to follow him a lot way back. Not too much right now. I believe, personally, I think his work was better a couple of years ago. He did more medieval, smaller scale, my kind of building back in the day. Yeah, that's the thing. It's weird. But also it's a lot of, like, I think for me, Minecraft YouTube building has changed a lot. I find myself going back to people I watched 10 years ago. I miss that type of content where you just had people focusing on the building. It's not, people now focus too much on like crazy editing, clickbaity. They don't try to build a world. They're trying to build something that looks good for a video. You had Jerrycraft back in the day. I also loved Madness64. He did his world building, like compared to what I'm doing here, I'm gonna be honest and say it's pretty bad. Like the details and stuff, and that's because Minecraft has evolved a lot. And he evolved a lot during his time as well, so he got a lot better, and he would probably be an amazing builder if he had continued. But yeah, Jerrycraft. You also had Jamsy Boy, if anyone remembers him. I think his last video is like 10-12 years ago. It's been a while since he published videos. But just people that just, same as me, just loved building, and they sat down building medieval fantasy, taking their time, nothing rushed to create a video. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I'm trying to keep that up. I know my content isn't the most flashiest, most clickbaity, but I'm doing what I enjoy, and that is just to build Minecraft, and I'm trying to share you guys with, or take you guys with me. Oh, salty bread, that sucks. Me and Dacker, we have been friends, or we don't talk too much right now, but a couple of years ago we talked a lot. I don't think we ever made a video together though. I think we just like chatted behind the scenes. But but maybe he gave me a shout out or something. A lot of people found my channel from B-dubs. He gave me a shout out a few years ago, and I've done some videos with Keralis. A lot of people found me from him as well. Me and Keralis chat a little bit from time to time. He's my neighbor to the east in Sweden, so we have a little bit in common. Yeah, me too. Just a world that is filled with stories and things. And people still do that in a way, but it's changed in my opinion. And maybe that's just me being nostalgic and believing everything was better back in the day, you know. Stuff will always be better when you think about the past. But I find myself going back. Does anyone remember Shiftmaster? His video quality was pretty bad, but his buildings and his persona was just so charming. He's one of the few that like introduced me to more advanced traditional building. Like he's great at Victorian kind of architecture and Tudor and stuff. And he had like the crappiest mic and everything, but it's just a love for building, and I find myself going back and watching these 10-year-old videos still. Awesome salted bread. I'll check that out after the stream. And talking about that, let's close today's streams. As I said, I'm a little bit extra tired today, so I'll have a little bit extra time after the stream here to just relax. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. We finished off the brewery, which I think it turned out pretty cool. And this tree here looks awesome. It looks really awesome. And I'm looking forward to just finishing this. It's actually not that much left now. A little park and a couple of houses. It's gonna be cool. And some small details. I need to detail the streets here as well. They're quite empty. So all of this should be filled with life. I'm from the southern Norway, Smiley. Anyway, guys, yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. See you next Monday, and see you in the next video, whatever comes first. And I will see all of you guys later. It's Fligo Man, and I'm out.